Hello everyone, this is Ben Robson. I'm about to tell you a story filled with cats in their own world, Kitty Realms. In this really long video, I'm about to tell you the whole story about 4 of my cats adventuring for orbs to save their home. But if you want to read it to yourself, you can turn off the volume, and if you want to take a break, add it to a watch later list. So sit back, get yourself comfy, and enjoy the story. Long ago, somewhere on the magical planet in the realm of cats, there lived a mother named Scrumpy. She had 4 kittens who are 3 weeks old. She named the 2 ginger ones Ollie and Luther, a tabby one Dory, and a cream-coloured cat Moe. She lived with her husband King Toaden on their homeworld called Alvadar. The cat family were in the garden of their castle. My little babies, Scrumpy said. Luther, Dory, Moe, and wait, where is Ollie? Ollie popped up, hiding from behind a bush to surprise his parents. Oh, there you are, my little Ollie, Toaden said. Would you look at this? Our 4 kittens all play nicely together. Scrumpy laughed happily. She and Toaden were so proud of them. Toaden and Scrumpy knew that the kittens would rule Alvadar one day when they grow up. Later that day, an evil cat named Slicker, the Dark Lord, came to make mischief in Alvadar. He and Toaden met and had an argument. Scrumpy, get the kittens away from the Dark Lord. Okay, I will. Scrumpy went to hide the children while Toaden said to Slicker, Slicker, how dare you return to Alvadar? But wait. Slicker laughed and gave an evil chuckle. I thought I was your advisor, wasn't I? My advisor? You're nothing but an arrogant traitor! I would rather you did not call me that, and this is your last chance. Let me take over your throne, or I will curse everyone and all of Alvadar. Toaden, what is he talking about? Toaden didn't believe that Slicker had such power, which made Slicker very angry. In his rage, he thought to curse every cat into frozen jade crystals by using his powerful dark magic. With the help of his 2 griffin henchmen, Bert and JJ, who were in their laser ship hovering above Alvadar, he commanded Bert and JJ to laser beam the entire island realm, transforming all the inhabitants into frozen crystals. Alvadar was in trouble. Scrumpy thought she should send the children away to a different realm to keep them safe from the Dark Lord Slicker. Scrumpy went down to a river with the kittens. She would put them in a basket and send them downstream to escape Alvadar and to find safety in another realm. Scrumpy, what are you doing? We cannot let our children die. They need to live, only in a different place. They'll be safe there. Toaden agreed, and Scrumpy put the 4 kittens in the basket with name badges so that they wouldn't forget their names. She pushed the basket into a river and the current swept them away to a safer realm. The kittens looked worried. Please be safe, Scrumpy said sadly, and then was instantly turned into a crystal by the monstrous Slicker, along with everybody else on Alvadar. The realm was lost. The kittens were safely swept away into the night. Sometime later, the basket arrived at a new realm of cats called Morriston. The basket was washed ashore on the beach, where the kittens met the 4 fairies named Livia, Natasha, Lilu, and Amanda. Lilu saw the basket and told her sisters. The fairies followed her to ashore, only to see the basket full of kittens. Lilu, Natasha said, what's inside the basket? Natasha and Lilu opened the basket's lid, and they saw the 4 siblings from Alvadar. Amanda and Livia looked at them along with the other 2 fairies. Oh my gosh, Amanda said. Are these kittens? Then Livia said, how many are they? Then Amanda said, looks like there's 4 of them. The kittens looked at them sadly. They were very unhappy and tearful because they were missing their mum. Lilu took pity on them and said, Oh, have you lost your mama? Is that why you're sad? Natasha says, wait a minute. You said that they lost their mum. We should take a basket to show our king and queen, Nosbor and Clubsha. Lilu thought that was a good idea, so the fairies carried the basket up and onto the grass, safely away from the water's edge. Then Natasha flew up to tell Nosbor. Nosbor, the king of Morstan, and the cats at his castle were having a party. Then Natasha arrived. Nosbor, Klapsha, I found something in a basket that was washed ashore in our land. There are 4 kittens that are abandoned. I need to show you where they are. 4 abandoned kittens? Nosbor asked. How come? They've lost their mum. They mentioned something about the Dark Lord in their realm. Maybe their mum has been captured. Queen Klapsha says, Oh my goodness, I think we must try to help these kittens. Nosbor and Klapsha followed Natasha outside and went to a basket on the shore. The other fairies were looking after a basket when they arrived. Nosbor and Klapsha opened the lid and saw Ollie, Luther, Dory and Moe inside. Oh, are you alright, children? They seem to have badges with their names on. My king, do you think you should foster them? Well, perhaps we should for now, at least. Nosbor told the kittens that they would be living in Morstan until their parents could be found. The fairies were relieved that the kittens were safe and had a new home. Nosbor and Klapsha showed the other cats at the palace their adopted kittens. Now the kittens were no longer orphans. The cats of Morstan were very happy to see them. The king and queen found a comfortable bed for the kittens, who quickly fell asleep after their long ordeal in the basket. Amanda explained to the other fairies that the kittens had now been adopted and so should be safe from this Dark Lord. After 3 years living in the realm of Morstan, the kittens had become fully grown cats. One day, Ollie, Luther, Dory and Moe were playing on the grasslands. Moe was chasing a frog, laughing happily. Come here, frog, I'm only playing. Moe, why don't you leave that poor frog be? Oh, Dory, it's fine. I'm not going to hurt it. Yeah, I know. She looked at Ollie and Luther, who were now chasing frogs as well. Oh, great, Dory sighed. Boys will be boys. The cats chased the frog into a pond, where they swam away. Dory was relieved, as she thought 2 frogs were scared of the cats. As the cats were playing, the fairies were sitting in a tree on top of a branch. Livia said, They've grown up so fast. Lilu said, I know, they are so super cute, I could just give them a big hug. Amanda says, They are not kittens anymore. That may not be keen on you hugging them. Oh no, Lilu said. Cats always enjoy cuddles. Lilu flew over to where the cats were playing. Luther saw Lilu coming up to him, and she said in a cheerful, playful voice, Hey little fellow, he's a cute boy. Luther says, Yes, that's me. Luther lay down on the ground and Lilu tickled his tummy. Then she said, How about a kiss for that nice tummy tickle I have just given you? Luther gave Lilu a little kiss on the cheek. Lilu says, Oh, that's nice. She gave Luther a kiss back, then flew back to her sisters in the tree. Later that day, a beautiful brown female cat named Shadow met the siblings for the first time. She said, Hi guys, I'm Shadow, and this is my brother Bomber. What you doing? Ollie smiled at her and went over to talk to her. Oh, hi. I was having fun with my siblings chasing frogs. Shadow says, Right, okay. And who are your siblings? I have 2 brothers named Luther and Moe, and my sister is called Dory. Bomber says, Wow, it's great to see you. You too, says Ollie. Then Ollie told her about what happened 3 years ago in Alvadar. He explained how the Dark Lord laser beamed the realm, destroying everything there. He told of how his mother placed him with his siblings in a basket and sent them down the river to escape. That was the last they saw their mother and father. Oh, that's horrible. I'm very sorry to hear this, Shadow says. The Dark Lord must be really evil. Then Dory explained, the Dark Lord's name is Slicker. He's said to be monstrous, but hey, although we miss our parents, it's good that we are safe here. Oh yeah, says Ollie. I really miss my mum and dad. Maybe it's time to go and look for them. Maybe I'll ask Nosbor about this. At the same time, Nosbor, Klupsha, Shadow and Bomber's mother, Tanisha, were in the castle. They were watching the cats outside the window. Tanisha says, Shadow likes to spend time with her new friends. Klupsha says, I know, just like us. Suddenly, none other than Slicker entered the room and says, Well, well, what's up, Nosbor? Nosbor says, Hey, Slicker, how's it going? It's been such a long time, my friend. Yes, it's been just over 3 years. Slicker looked outside to see the 4 cats from Alvidar and Shadow. He says, Ah, just look at them all play. Klupsha says, Yes, you know they are having fun, aren't they? Nosbor says, So, Slicker, what have you been up to recently? Slicker says, Well, you know, a bit of this and a bit of that. Nothing important, really. I heard an interesting thing, though. Apparently you adopted some little kittens to keep them safe. That was very good of you. Oh, yes. They were found on the riverbank in the basket. Well, Nosbor, it's been nice seeing you again. It's time I returned home. I don't feel so well. I think I have a hairball I need to cough up air. Well, you take care, Slicker. Yes, good luck with the adopted cats. I'll see you later. Slicker walked off and went straight to a gateway to his lair. In the lair was Bert, a green-feathered griffin, and JJ, a purple-feathered griffin. Slicker! My man, Slicker! It's you! Have you been up to no good, like us? Well, not yet. However, I found out that fool Nosbor has the 4 little brats that escaped from Alvidar. JJ and Bert tried to cheer up Slicker and replied, Oh, don't worry about that. It will turn out fine. What? Did you forget that I cursed the realm? And for the curse to be complete, those 4 brats must die. Jeez, sir, we were just trying to cheer you up. Yeah, it was only a goof. Very well. Now then, I was about to say, if they come searching and they find this lair, we'll destroy them, and then I will be victorious, as the curse will then be complete. Yes, I will eliminate Alvidar's long-lost little mongrels. I will be victorious. Oh, I get it. Me too. This is going to be good. Meanwhile, back in Morriston, Ollie, Luther, Dory and Moe went to chat to Nosbor to ask him how to get back to Alvidar to restore the realm and find their real parents. Hello, children, Nosbor said. What would you like to talk about? Ollie says, Okay, we were just wondering, how can we restore Alvidar back to the way it was? Well, you will have to build a magical portal to restore Alvidar. You will need 4 orbs to build it. You will need to go on a search to find the orbs. Then they could be used to unlock the gateway to restore Alvidar and save its people. Wow, Moe says. This is going to be an adventure. Oh my gosh, Dory says. Where do we even begin to find the orbs? Luther says, Nosbor, can you tell us where to find these orbs? Nosbor says, There are 4 places you must search in 4 different realms. Idle City, Tiger Shores, the Golden Forest, and Flake Falls. You can get to these places using the Morriston magic portal located in the city. Ollie says, Don't worry, Nosbor, we'll make you proud, and our parents will be proud of us too when we rescue them. So the children followed Nosbor to town and all the way to the magical portal station. The fairies came along with them too. When they arrived at the station, they met a professor who works there. Hey, Nosbor, the professor says. What can I help you with? Well, Nosbor says, I was talking to my children about travelling to 4 realms to find orbs to create a new portal to restore Alvidar back to the way it was. Do you think that your children can accomplish this task? Yes, I'm sure they can do it. Oh, okay, if you say so, but they look a little young to me. How old are they, by the way? 3 years old. Okay, now then, let's get started. The professor and the cats approached the portal while the professor made preparations to have them sent to Idle City. The 4 fairies wished the cats good luck. Lilu gave Luther a hug and said, "Take care of yourself and your siblings, my lovely fellow." She kissed him on the cheek. "You too," said Luther. Livia says, "As soon as you have the orb from Idle City, we will bring you home." Dory says, "Thought Moe looked worried and so promised to protect her if there was trouble." Moe says, "Okay, Dory, I'll be brave like you." Ollie says, "Yeah, we are a team. Let's go." So Ollie, Luther, Dory and Moe went through the portal and instantly arrived at Idle City in the realm of spring. From a distance, Bert and JJ were watching and saw that Nossport sent the 4 children to go to Idle City. "So, Bert says, they are going on holiday on their own, huh?" JJ says, "I guess they go to a different realm. We should let Slicker know that." "Oh man, Slicker's gonna kill us if we lose them." "Don't worry," Bert says. "He can find them with his crystal ball." "Oh yeah, that's a good point, Bert." The 2 griffins flew to Alea to tell Slicker about what they saw. JJ says, "Hey, Slicker, don't be mad when I say this. Nossport has sent the 4 little cats to another realm." "Nossport sent them to another realm?" Slicker says. I wonder what that old fool is up to." Bert says, "Why don't you use your crystal ball to find out which realm they have gone to? What do you think?" Yes. Let's see what those brats are up to. I can't have them ruining my plan. Once we know where they are, we can destroy them." The 4 cats instantly arrived at Idle City. Ollie took a good look around and said, "Well, guys, we're here. Our first stop." "Wow," said Dory. "So this is Idle City. It's magnificent." Luther looked at a welcome sign next to a portal. It reads, "Welcome, adventurers, to Idle City. To secure the orb of this realm, you must complete 3 quests." Just then, a creature called a Tapmere appeared. A Tapmere is like a cross between a meerkat and a normal cat. This Tapmere introduced himself. "Hello, strangers. My name is Nate. I am here to welcome you to Idle City. What can I help you with?" Ollie says, Yeah, we have come to complete a task to get a realm orb." Nate listened to Ollie and suggests they start by looking around for clues. First, the cats found an idol on a small island a short distance away, which had green eyes that looked a little like watermelons. Ollie says, "There's an idol over there. Do you think that's a clue for the orb?" Dory says, "Its mouth is wide open. Maybe we need to put something in it. What should we do?" Moe spotted some fruit lying on the ground and said, "I got it! I think the idol would like some watermelon." "Oh yeah," said Ollie. "I'm sure he would like some. We need a catapult to shoot the watermelon into its mouth." Ollie asked a passing Tapmere if he knew where they could get a catapult. The Tapmere was able to help that they used the catapult to throw the watermelons into the idol's open mouth. It ate 5 of them, and then its eyes turned purple. Nate the Tapmere said, "Hey, way to go! That idol looks like it's had enough to eat." Moe says, "Do we get the orb now?" Ollie says, "Not yet. There are some more things to do before we get the orb." "Okay then," Moe says. The cats then went to a market square where they saw a Tapmere standing at a block puzzle. The puzzle Tapmere says, "Hey guys, I'm having some trouble unlocking something with this puzzle. Would you be able to help me, please?" Ollie says, "Sure, I guess. Luther, what do you think?" Luther says, block puzzles can be extremely hard." Dory says, "I don't really like puzzles like these, but I can try if it will help us get the orb." Luther says, Well, sometimes you just have to do things that you don't like doing. That's just the way it is. Dory says, Thanks, Luther. I'll give it my best shot. So they stepped on all the blocks and pushed them around until the puzzle was solved. Once solved, a secret box opened up with a key in it. The puzzle Tapmere laughed happily. Way to go, guys! You did it! And my job here is done. You're welcome, Ollie says. Come on then, guys, let's carry on. All the while, Slicker was watching the cats through his crystal ball, using dark magic he thought to set a trap for them. With the first 2 quests complete, footprints magically appeared on the ground. Ollie, Luther, Dory and Moe followed them. The footprints lead them to a cave. They stopped at the entrance to a giant cave. Dory says, this is kinda creepy. Moe says, this gives me the goosebumps. The cats had fallen into Slicker's trap. A very hungry plant-like monster called the Vipira came out of the cave and saw them. A smile appeared on Slicker's face, who was still watching events. His trap had worked. My precious plant, Slicker said. Let your feast begin! The 4 cats had no choice. They had to battle the Vipira. Ollie pulled its tail and hit the Vipira on its head with the tip of its own tail. The Vipira gave a very loud scream and the cats had to cover their ears. Well done, Ollie, Dory says. Good job. Ollie says, Guys, we can defeat this big weed. Luther, those rocks above the Vipira's lair. See if you can push them onto its head. Yes, Luther says. I can do that. All the nearby Tapmeres rushed to see the cats fighting with the plant. Demon flower! Ah! The Tapmeres were hoping that the 4 cats would defeat the Vipira. Finally, Luther pushed all the rocks and shouted, Ollie, Moe, Dory, you need to run! The cats jumped out of the way quickly. The rocks fell and crushed the Vipira. They returned to Idle City and the Tapmeres cheered and celebrated them. Ollie, Luther, Dory and Moe became 4 heroes. We did it, Moe says. Ollie says, I know, we are amazing. Dory says, thank goodness for that. And Luther says, the Tapmeres were happy that we rid them of that monster. Slicker was very angry. He shouted in a fit of rage. Bert says, whoa there, Slicker, are you okay? JJ says, yeah, like, what's the problem, man? Slicker says, how could they survive my demon plant? JJ says, I am sorry, boss. We will find another way to get them. Back to the 4 heroes, Nate gave them the first orb and said, Congratulations! Here's your reward, and thank you for defeating the demon flower. We will count that as your 3rd quest. Ollie says, You're welcome, and thanks for the orb. Ollie and his siblings put the orb inside their bag and left Idle City, and went back to the portal station. They arrived back in Morriston and showed Nosbor and Clubshaw the purple orb. Ollie says, Hey Nosbor, we're back, and we've got our first orb. Oh, well done, children, Nosbor says. It's getting late. You might want to try for the next orb tomorrow. Ollie says, Good idea, because I need to rest after our battle. So the cats, joined by the fairies, went back into a castle, taking the orb with them. Ollie and his siblings kept the orb safe in their room. Ollie looked at it and smiled. The next day, they went back to a portal station to begin the quest for the second orb. Ollie says, Hey Professor, we're going to a summer realm today. What's it called again? Oh yes, the professor said. The summer one is called Tiger Shores. The portal was turned on, and Ollie and his 3 siblings went through and travelled all the way to Tiger Shores. Well, it's nice and sunny here, Ollie says, and it looks like a fun place. I wonder what do we have to do first to find an orb. Once we have all the orbs, maybe we could come back there one day just for a holiday. Oh yeah, says Dory. I would like that. So they went to find the challenges to win an orb. Tiger Shores was full of games and rides. To get the orb from this realm, they would have to win some of the games and go on some of the rides. Moe says, Guys, I found the mission on the roller coaster and we have to pop balloons as we ride. Let's all get on board and have a go. Oh yeah, says Ollie. Well spotted. Moe. The tiger operating a roller coaster said, Hey little fellas, you want to ride on the roller coaster? Moe says, yeah, we're on a quest to find orbs, so if we pop balloons while we are riding, will that help us get an orb? The roller coaster tiger says, Oh yeah, pop as many balloons as you can. Hop in and have a go. Ollie says, Oh, that's great, thanks a lot. Ollie, Luther, Dory and Moe went on the roller coaster with a balloon popper to shoot at the balloons. Ollie shot 5 balloons, Luther shot 4, Dory shot only 3, and luckily, Moe shot 10. Wow, Ollie says. Moe, you are so good at it. Thanks, bro, Moe says. I'm so lucky. Woohoo! Next, they went on another game which was in the fun house filled with hanging balls of string. Luther said, Oh, would you look at that? A fun house with string balls. Do you think winning this game will help us get the orb? Ollie says, Well, I think so. The tiger in charge of the fun house said, Hey fellas, would you like to try this out? You have to run through the house and avoid being hit by the swinging balls of string. Yeah, Ollie says. We'll try it out, thank you. So they went running through the house, dodging the string balls as they went. Suddenly, Moe got his claws stuck in some loose string on the floor and said, Ollie, I need your help, please. I am stuck. Dory says, Seriously? We need to free him quick. We have to keep moving or we may fail this test. Ollie says, Dory, Luther, you keep running while I help Moe out. Dory and Luther turned and ran on through the house dodging the balls. Ollie used his claws to free Moe from the string. Thank you, Moe says. Thank you for helping me out, Ollie. Let's catch up with Dory and Luther. Ollie says, Yes, let's go. Keep dodging and don't get stuck again. Moe says, Okay. Finally, they all escaped from the funhouse without being hit by the swinging string balls. Dory says, Ollie, Moe, you made it out. Well done. The funhouse tiger says, Wow, you 4 made it. Well done dodging those string balls. Ollie says, Thanks. Moe got his claw stuck in some string and I freed him. The funhouse tiger says, Oh wow, that was a close call then. Moe says, Yes, I feel bad I nearly caused us to fail. Funhouse tiger says, Don't worry about it. You all made it into the end. The next challenge appeared in the milkshake factory. The factory had broken down and the cats were challenged with fixing it. The tiger, who was the milkshake factory keeper, said, Oh my goodness, are you here to help us with the machine? This whole thing is blocked with too much flavouring. There is vanilla chocolate and tea drops of milk causing the blockage. Seriously, I don't even like vanilla and chocolate flavouring mixed up in the milkshake. Luther says, Well, do you like strawberry milkshakes then? Do they come from pink cows? I'm only joking, but we could help you with the problem. Factory keeper says, Oh, thank you so much. All you need to do is to turn off the machine, then you clear the blockage and separate the flavours and put them in the right jars. So the cats went to work separating the flavours. There was chocolate, strawberry, vanilla, and blackcurrant. It took some time to fix the machine, but they managed in the end. The factory keeper was delighted when the machine was fixed. Oh, thank goodness! Thank you so much for fixing that blockage. Ollie says, You're welcome. Factory keeper says, Would you like a free milkshake? Ollie says, Yeah, sure. I'll have vanilla, please. What flavour would you like, guys? Luther says, I'll have vanilla too. Dory says, I like strawberry. Moe says, Oh, can I try the blackcurrant flavour, please? The factory keeper gave them 4 bottles of free milkshake. When they got ready to go back home, the theme park keeper gave them a green orb as a reward. Then they got back into a portal and go home. When the cats returned to Morrison, they went to see Nosball to show him the second orb. Luther says, "Hello, Nosball. We have another orb." Nosball says, "Oh, well done." As he saw the orb, he also noticed their milkshakes and said, "Say, what have you got with you?" Dory says, "They are our milkshakes. The factory keeper gave them to us because we fixed the factory's machine." Nosball says, "Oh, right. That was very nice of him." Dory says, "Yeah, he was very happy that we helped him." So the cats went back to the castle where they met the fairies. Lulu said, "Oh, look, you brought milkshakes from the summer realm. Well, I think normal milk is better for you. But hey, enjoy them, you have earned it." Olivia says, "Yes, it's okay to have the occasional treat now and again." The next day, the gang went back into the portal station. Their destination was an autumn realm called the Golden Forest. They went there to find the third orb. Luther says, "Well, looks like we're in the Golden Forest. That's the name of a place, because it looks like autumn with orange and golden leaves." Ollie says, "Yeah, it's because it's an autumn realm." Just then, a beautiful fawn princess named Darla came and spoke to them. "Oh, hello there. Welcome to the Golden Forest, the domain of the fawn. My name is Darla." Moe says, "Oh, hi. I'm Moe. We're here to find challenges to get another orb. I was wondering if my siblings and I could take a look around." Darla says, "Of course. Follow me." Dory says, "I didn't know there are fawns in this realm. Well, now this can also be the fawn realm, don't you think?" Ollie says, "Well, yeah, I guess." So they met all the fawns, including Darla's parents, who were the king and queen of this realm. The first challenge was cat archery. The 4 cats pulled on their bowstrings to release arrows into 4 targets. Moe hits the outside ring. Luther hits the second ring. Ollie aimed and hit the inner ring. And luckily, Dory hits the bullseye. She laughed happily. "Haha, this is amazing! I seem to be quite good at this. Don't worry, my brothers. Better luck next time." Ollie says, "I got so close." He sighed. "Well done, Dory. Your bullseye made sure we passed this challenge." Dory says, "Thanks, guys. Maybe I just got lucky." Just then, Shadow and Bomber, the cat's 2 friends from Morrison, arrived. Shadow says, "Hey, guys. Hello, Ollie Bear." Ollie says, "Hey, Shadow. We're in the middle of questing for a third orb." Shadow says, "Yeah, we know. Me and Bomber just came by to say hello and see how you were doing." Ollie says, "We're good, thanks. We just passed the archery test." Luther says, "So, Bomber, how did you get here?" Bomber says, "The same way you did. We went to a portal station. Nosball and the fairies said we should come here to cheer you on." Shadow and Ollie went to hang out together while the other cats and Bomber got on with the next. Shadow and Ollie played in the orange leaves. Ollie says, "It's a beautiful place, isn't it?" Shadow says, "Yeah, so shouldn't you be helping the other find the next orb?" Ollie says, "Well, yeah, I'm sure that guys can manage without me just once. That way I thought we could spend some time together." Shadow says, "Yes, that's nice, and Bomber gets to spend some time with your siblings. I just want you all to be safe from Slickar's curse." Ollie says, "We will beat him, don't worry. Can we sit down for a while?" Shadow says, "Of course." They sat down on the ground close to each other. Shadow says, "What would you like to talk about?" Ollie says, "I was going to tell you that I really enjoy being with you. You're a very sweet girl, and I think you are more than just a friend." Shadow says, "Oh, Ollie, that is very sweet, thank you. And I think I'm quite fond of you too." Ollie says, "I think I am falling in love." Then he kissed Shadow on the cheek. Shadow blushed and kissed him back. All the while, Bert and JJ, the 2 griffins, were watching them through the crystal ball, and JJ says, "Oh, would you look at that? That's so sweet. And it's so sick too." Bert says, "Oh, here comes Slicker." Hey, Slicker! Look, it seems love is in the air in the autumn realm. Slicker looked at the crystal ball and said, Is that right? Let's see what I can do about that. I have a little surprise for them. A surprise that they won't survive. Back in the Golden Forest, Ollie and Shadow were enjoying each other's company when suddenly they heard a deafening roar. Shadow gasped. What is that sound? Ollie says, Oh my gosh! Look, it's a giant saber-toothed bear! We must run and warn everyone! Come on! Ollie and Shadow ran back to Luther, Bomber, Dory and Moe. Ollie gave a warning. Guys, we saw a giant saber-toothed bear. I think it wants to eat us all. We have to help the Fawns defeat it. If we help save a realm, I am sure they will give us the orb. I think Slicker is behind this. Bomber, keep Shadow safe while we help the Fawns fight the bear. Bomber says, Okay, but be careful, guys. Shadow, come with me. The Fawns were using their bows to shoot arrows at the saber-toothed bear, but the bear was too powerful. The arrows were not hurting it. Darla says, Hey cats, the Fawns can't defeat a bear alone. We need your help. Please, for the sake of our realm. She nervously begged. Moe says, Of course we will help you. We will do all we can. The cats ran to a bear shouting loudly to distract it away from the Fawns. The saber-toothed bear saw the cats and took chase. It would destroy the cats for Slicker. With the bear giving chase, Dory and her 3 brothers ran to the top of a hill and to the edge of a cliff. Dory noticed that part of the cliff edge was crumbling away. The small cats could probably run along that edge, and if the big bear followed, the cliff could collapse under its weight. Hey guys, we are going to run very close to the edge. Follow me. If my plan works, that bear will go swimming. Ollie was very nervous, but bravely ran along the edge with Luther and Moe, with Dory at the rear. The bear was getting very close to Dory. His mouth opened wide to bite her just as the cliff collapsed. Dory jumped free of the falling rocks to safety just in time. The saber-tooth fell off the cliff and splashed into the water below. The cats watched the bear as it swam away from the Golden Forest. Slicker's bear had been defeated. With the bear gone, the cats returned to the Fawns with news of their victory. Shadow came to hug Ollie, crying tears of joy. She said, Oh, Ollie, you did it! I can't believe it! You're a real hero now! After that, Darla's parents came to the cats. The Fawn King says, Well done, cats. You've defeated the bear. Fawn Queen says, And you saved all of us. Fawn King says, Here is a reward. The reward was the red orb. Then Darla gave all the cats a kiss on the cheek. Moe says, Oh, thank you. That's so nice. Darla says, You're welcome, my heroes. So Ollie, the siblings, Shadow and Bomber head back to Morriston with a red orb. When Slicker saw this through his crystal ball, he got so mad and shouted, No! They survived again! But then he had an idea. His new plan was to find a way to resurrect the Jade Titan to terrorize Morriston. He would make Nosball pay for looking after the 4 cats. Slicker says, But, JJ, I need to find out how to free the Jade Titan. But how? They would have to journey to where the Titan was imprisoned. The next day, Shadow and Bomber joined our heroes again. They all went back to a portal station, and then transported to the winter realm called Flake Falls. Ollie says, Well guys, this will be our last adventure to restore our home realm of Alvdar. I'm sure we will teach Slicker a lesson, don't you think? Dory says, Of course! I can't wait to turn those crystal statues back into citizens of Alvdar, especially our mother and father. Moe says, Okay, let's look at what we have to do here. They met the Snow Leopard and asked her about the tasks they would need to complete to gain the Winter Orb. The Snow Leopard says, Hello there. Welcome to Flake Falls. What can I do for you? Moe says, we came to win the Winter Orb. What do we have to do to get it? The Snow Leopard says, oh, right. Well, there are 3 things to do. The penguin hotkey is first. When you are finished with that, meet me at the rock at the top of the island. Good luck. So, the first challenge was about penguin hockey. Experienced Penguin says, hello, cats. Welcome to penguin hockey. What can I do for you? Ollie says, well, we were hoping to play a game of hockey. Do you need any help? The experienced Penguin says, that's great because we are missing our goalkeeper, the Snow Leopard, who usually plays with us. Our team is called Flippy Rookies. We play in blue. And the team we are playing is called Capital Squad, and they wear red. Ollie says, okay, I'll have a go. The experienced Penguin says, alrighty then. Your job is to stop that puck from entering our goal. Ollie said to his siblings, Luther, Dory, and Moe, you can each have a turn at goalkeeping in each round of the match, okay? Luther says, I can do that. Dory says, yes, me too. Moe says, I never played hockey before, but I will do my best. So, in round 1, Ollie was in goal and the game commenced. The puck was hit towards Ollie's goal. Ollie stopped the puck and he hit it back so hard it went all the way into a red goal. He scored for his team. At the end of round 1, the Flippy Rookies were ahead. In round 2, Luther was in goal. Then Dory in round 3, and in the final round, it would be up to Moe. Like Ollie, Moe wanted to score a goal around, and then as it came close to Moe's goal, he hit a puck hard and it flew straight for the red goal. But the Snowcat goalkeeper on the red team hit it straight back to Moe, who was feeling very nervous. Quickly, Moe hit a puck back again, and this time it flew straight into the back of the red goal. At the end of the game, the Flippy Rookies had won. All the Flippy Rookie fans cheered the 4 siblings. The Snow Leopard, who first met the cat, said, well done, you did it! Ollie says, yes, we were lucky maybe, but we did win, Dory. Dory says, well, looks like we have 2 more challenges before we get a blue Winter Orb. The next challenge was about catching fish to give to the penguins. Ollie says, I guess the penguins must be hungry if they want us to catch fish for them. Luther says, well, I am also a bit hungry. If we catch enough, maybe we could have some. Ollie says, okay, let's get started. All the penguins looked on as the cats started to catch fish with their paws. The fish were thrown into baskets. Once all the baskets were full, the penguins thanked the cats. The task has been completed. Their last task was snowballing. The cats had to knock down ice pins using large snowballs bowled along with an ice rink. To complete the task, the cats each had 10 attempts to score a strike. They would have to knock down all 10 ice pins with 1 snowball. The siblings started rolling snowballs down the icy bowling alley. Ollie went to have a go first, and then Luther, then Dory, and then Moe. With no luck, they still had 9 more rounds to go. But who would get the strike? For the first 9 rounds, the cats had no luck at all. Then, during the 10th round, Ollie took careful aim, and he rolled a snowball quickly down the bowling alley. And with a crash, the ball knocked down all 10 pins. Ollie saved the day. Moe says, yay, way to go, Ollie! Dory says, you did it! Luther says, well done, my bro. Ollie says, thanks, I just got lucky, guys. Any one of us could have done it? With all tasks complete, they went back to see a Snow Leopard waiting at a rock at the top of the island. They told her about their achievements. Snow Leopard says, wow, so you finished with all the tasks. Well done. Here is your reward. The Snow Leopard gave them the last orb that the siblings would need to save Alvidar and their parents with. Ollie says, well, we gotta go. Goodbye for now. Snow Leopard says, take care, cats, and good luck. Ollie, Luther, Dory, and Moe went getting straight back to Morrison with the blue orb. The next day, somewhere out in Slickar's dark realm, he, Bert, and JJ were exploring a way to resurrect a Jade Titan Jade called the Jagwolf. The Titan would terrorize Morrison to make Nosball pay for looking after his sibling cats. Slicker says, "Alright, here we are. This is where the beast was doomed inside its prison. I suggest you stand aside." Slicker used his most powerful dark magic to break the whole prison open and set the Jagwolf free. "Ah, let's hide!" cried Bert as he and JJ hid behind a rock. The Jagwolf roared as he gained his freedom. Slicker says, "Yes! Yes! You're free! And now you do as I command." After he said that, he led the Titan to Morrison, where a destruction would begin and Nosball would be defeated. The professor in Morrison was working on a new portal to restore Alvdar by using the 4 orbs the cats had recovered. And soon our 4 heroes would be home. Nosball, Klupshaw, Shadow, and the 4 fairies went to say goodbye to them. Professor says, "Okay, Nosball, looks like I'm nearly finished. Then the cats can restore everything in the lost realm of Alvdar." Shadow says, "Take care of yourself, guys. Ollie, will you come back to visit me sometime soon?" Ollie says, "Of course I will. And it's because I love you." Shadow says, "I love you too, Ollie Berry." Klupshaw says, "Have a safe journey back to Alvdar, okay?" Moe says, "We will do. I do like it here, by the way, and you and Nosball have been really nice to us." Klupshaw says, "Oh, thank you." Nosball says, "Well, cats, good luck." The siblings gave Nosball a hug. Lulu says, "Oh, I'm gonna miss the little fellows." Natasha says, "Yeah, me too." Just as the cats were getting ready to go to the portal to Alvdar, they heard a roaring noise. It was a Jade Titan Jade Jagwolf. The roar was deafening. The professor says, "What is that noise?" Nosball realized where the noise had come from and he said, "I recognize that sound. Somehow the Jade Titan has escaped from its prison. But who could have helped it get free?" The Jagwolf came to destroy Morrison. Then Slicker appeared with a cackle and said, "Surprised to see me, Nosball. You do realize that you were adopting the kittens I was after? And you will pay for it now." Nosball became very angry and turned to Slicker. "Slicker, are you mad?" Slicker says, "Am I mad? I am not mad. I will destroy your Morrison and make it part of my dark realm." Nosball summoned his cat warriors to prepare for battle. The warriors used their spears and catapults to attack the Jade Jagwolf, but the Titan was just too powerful. Ollie and the siblings looked on. They decided to help defeat the Titan. Dory says, "Ollie, I was going to say that we could do the same thing we did to that bear." Ollie says, "Just remind me." Dory says, "We make a big green dog fall off a cliff." Ollie agreed with Dory's plan. So, Ollie, Dory, Luther and Moe went running towards and shouting at the Titan to try to distract it and get its attention. They wanted the Titan to chase them. At the same time, the 2 griffins chased and caught Lilu. JJ says, "I gotcha, pretty ladybug." Natasha says, "Hey, let her go. Come and get me instead. I have something for you. I have tuna." JJ says, okay." JJ released Lilu, who said, "You heard what Natasha said. She has tuna for you in the cave." Bert says, "Tuna? Oh yeah, I love tuna." JJ says, "Me too." Lilu and Natasha and the other 2 fairies flew to a cave, and Bert and JJ followed them. They went inside the cave, and JJ says, Bert, it's getting dark in here." Bert says, "Yes, it is, but need to find the tuna." Then they heard a terrifying noise. It was the piranha cat plants with whiskers. They were told by the fairies to scare Bert and JJ away. Bert and JJ says, "Ah! Griffin eaters, ah!" Bert and JJ ran away as fast as they could. The fairies won, and they turned the piranha plants back into rosy flowers. The fairies laughed at the runaway griffins, and Lulu said, "We did it, and thanks for saving me." Natasha says, "That's okay, Lulu." The Jade Jagwolf was chasing the siblings as they ran towards a cliff edge at the end of the realm. Dory says, "Okay, boys, get ready for this, just like last time." The Titan closed on the cats and then pounced towards them. At the last moment, the siblings dodged to get out of the way. The Jagwolf landed on the very edge of a cliff, which started to collapse under its weight, and the Titan fell. It tumbled, splashed, and smashed into pieces. After that, Dory laughed happily and said, "We did it again! Great job, boys!" Luther says, "This is amazing, but what about Slicker?" Ollie says, "Oh yes, he's the one who brought every single monster that we defeated." Slicker shouted to them, "Bah! You defeated me again, but I am not done yet. I'll return to Alvadar through the new portal you have built. I have evil work to do there. Follow me, if you dare." Slicker rushed to a portal station in Morstan. He had put a spell on the cat's new portal and changed a destination to his dark realm. Slicker thought to himself, "I will trick those cats and lead them to my lair." Slicker pushed past Nosbor and Clubsha. He stepped through the portal and disappeared. Ollie and Luther rushed to stop him to try to protect Alvadar. As they stepped into a portal, they realized they had been tricked, but it was too late. The professor says, "Oh no! Someone has put a spell on the new portal! It no longer leads to Alvadar! This is awful! Awful, I tell you!" Ollie gasped as he arrived in the Dark Realm. "Oh no, 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 no!" Ollie and Luther had to be brave. Now they would have to defeat Slicker himself. As Luther and Ollie disappeared through the portal, Dory and Moe realized a trap. They stopped themselves just in time. Dory called to Ollie and Luther through the portal, "I can't follow you there. Slicker's place is too dark and scary for me." Ollie called back through the portal in a faint voice, "Don't worry, Dory. It's gonna be okay. Moe will look after you." Moe says, "Okay, Ollie and Luther. Go get him." Ollie and Luther arrived in the Dark Realm, and on seeing Slicker's castle, they rushed inside. They saw Slicker sitting on the throne. Slicker says, "Well, well, what a pleasant surprise to see you here. Congratulations! Now it is time to put you under my curse, just like your mother and your father and all of Alvadar." Luther realized what Slicker had done, and he got angry and said, "No! You need to remove a curse and restore Alvadar." Luther went to attack Slicker, but Slicker struck out at him, knocking him to the floor. Luther just lay there, very still. Then Slicker cackled madly. "Yes! Yes! That's one down and one to go. You are on your own now, brat. Once I have finished with you, I will seek out the last two in Morstan. This is just too easy." Ollie was shocked to see Luther lying motionless on the floor. He looked over to Slicker angrily and said, "No! You killed my brother, you monster!" Ollie ran and attacked Slicker, but Slicker dodged out of the way. The final battle has begun. It was Ollie versus Slicker. Bert and JJ watched a battle and hoped that Slicker would win. JJ says, "Oh, this is going to be good. Come on, Slicker, kill him, kill him." Bert says, "Yeah, I know you can do it, man." Ollie and Slicker fought on. The battle took them to the edge of a cliff. Below the cliff was a pit filled with lava. Slicker said to him, "Ha ha! So you think you can defeat me even after I destroyed your brother and your parents and all the cats in Alvadar?" Ollie says, "I will avenge your evil deeds, Slicker. Bring it on." Slicker starts to chant a magic spell. His claws grew long and sharp like daggers. He looked at Ollie and said, "Your end has come, brat." Then Ollie remembered how he and his siblings had defeated the bear and the jaguar. Slicker ran at Ollie, slashing out with his dagger claws. At the very last second, Ollie dodged out of the way, tripping Slicker as he slashed with his claws. Slicker lost his balance and started to fall. The edge of the cliff crumbled and Slicker plummeted towards a lava. Bert and JJ, who were watching the battle, looked on in horror as they saw their master falling towards a lava. They flew as quickly as they could to save him. Just in time, they caught his paws and flew away from the castle. Slicker says, "Fools! Let me finish a job!" JJ says, "We caught you just in time, Master. It was so hot we almost got fried in lava. How about we take you somewhere safe where we can all cool down? What do you think, Bert?" Bert says, "Yep, my feathers are smoking from the heat. I think that's a good idea." Slicker called to Ollie, "This is not over, brat. You will be sorry. I will return one day." Ollie ran straight to Luther's side and said, "Luther, wake up, please. Stay alive, please." At that point, Luther came to. He had only been unconscious. Revincent said, "Ugh, Ollie, what happened?" Ollie was so relieved and said, "Oh, Luther, thank goodness you're okay. Hey, I defeated Slicker, but the griffin saved him, but he's gone for now." Luther smiled. He was so proud of what his brother had done. Then suddenly, he noticed that a lava was rising and said, Ollie, I think the castle is about to fill with lava and crumble. We have to run, fast." Ollie says, "Oh boy, I have a bad feeling about this." Ollie and Luther ran out of the castle. They burst through a castle door and ran down the steps. Ahead of them, they could see that the portal was still there. The lava was closing on them quickly. Just in time, they dived through a portal and closed it behind them. The cats of Morriston saw Ollie and Luther emerge through the portal and celebrated their return. Moe says, "Ollie, Luther, you're back! I was afraid that you were gone forever." Ollie and Luther explained what had happened. Dory says, "I can't believe you did it! No more Slicker ever again. Now we can fix Alvidar." Lilu, the fairy, was so happy to see Luther return. She gave him a big hug. Luther gave her lots of kisses in return. Lilu says, "Oh, I've got kitty kisses. You give me lots of kisses." Amanda says, "Oh my gosh, that is so cute." "Well, Clubsha," Natasha says, "if the professor can fix a portal that Slicker enchanted, we could try to use it to restore Alvidar." "Oh yes," Clubsha says, "of course. We should try a portal again." The professor eventually fixed a portal and aligned it to Alvidar. Then Shadow says, "Ollie, I just want to say that you since returned from the evil gateway. I was just wondering if I could come with you so I can meet with your parents. Only if you want to, of course." Ollie says, "Are you sure?" Shadow says, "Yeah, what do you think?" Ollie says, "Well, yeah, I could do. Are you ready, guys?" Dory, Luther, and Moe says, "Yes." The gateway that had been made from the orbs the cats collected was full of magic. As soon as the professor pointed it at Alvidar, things started to change. The Dark Lord's magic had been undone, and Alvidar was restored. The crystal statues were turned back into living citizens. Alvidar was now fully restored. Ollie, Luther, Dory, and Moe passed through a portal to return to Alvidar. Shadow and the fairies came along with them. Natasha says, "Well, girls, we're here. I've never been there before." Lilu says, "I haven't either, but it seems a nice place. I was thinking if I could show them where their mum is." Natasha says, "Yeah, well, go ahead." Lilu and Shadow helped them find their parents. They finally saw their mother, Scrumpy, and their father, Toadin. The king and queen of Alvidar were delighted to see their children. They came running to each other and hugged. They had been reunited. Scrumpy cried happily while hugging them all and said, "Oh, children, I can't believe it. You saved us all." Ollie says, "I know, Mum. We were safe at Morriston for a long time before we could do anything." Scrumpy says, Yes, I know. I'm so proud of you all. Toadin says, Well done, all of you! You did it! Look around. Every cat in this realm are free and well, and all thanks to you, Alvadar is safe once again. Ollie says, Thanks, but we did have help. I have someone from Morrison who helped us save you. Ollie went to show them Shadow and the fairies with Dory, Luther and Moe and said, This is Shadow, and these are the 4 fairies. Lilu says, I'm the first one who saw the basket. It was 3 years ago. Scrumpy says, Thank you for looking after my children. Toadin asks the children, So, Ollie, Luther, Dory and Moe, what would you like to do? You still got a few years before you rule Alvadar. Ollie says, I was wondering, Morrison was a great place, ruled by Northpaw and Klebsha. Maybe we could stay there for a bit longer, and maybe the cats of Morrison could visit us here. I met this beautiful girl in Morrison and we fell in love, so I belong with her. Scrumpy and Toadin agreed. They thought free travel between the 2 realms was a good idea. Ollie and his siblings choose to return to Morrison with Shadow and the fairies. Ollie and Shadow hugged each other. They were so happy that they could spend the rest of their lives together. They would return to Alvadar often to see Scrumpy and Toadin. Scrumpy says, We'll see you soon, and good luck. So the 5 cats and 4 fairies went a portal back to Morrison. The Professor saw them and said, Oh, welcome back. Why have you returned? Ollie says, We saved Alvadar and we decided to stay here for a while. Dory says, Yeah, maybe I quite like it here. Northpaw says, That's very kind of you to say so. With Alvadar safe, the adventure is over, so what would you like to do now? Moe says, I know. We could go to Tiger Shores for a vacation or holiday. It's a very warm and sunny realm. Shadow says, Ooh, I want to come too. The Professor let them use a Tiger Shores portal, so the siblings, along with Shadow, Bomber, and the 4 fairies, went to Tiger Shores for a warm vacation. Ollie and his gang went to relax on some beach towels that the fairies had brought for them. Luther and Lilu were lying down sharing the same towel. The rest had towels to themselves. Ollie and Shadow were talking. Ollie says, So, Shadow, it's kind of nice that we can lie down in the sunshine next to each other, isn't it? Shadow says, Yeah, it's lovely to be together. It's so hot here, but at least our fur is protecting us from a sunburn. The other cats were chatting as well. Moe says, You know, Dory, one of us will rule Alvadar one day, but I don't know which of us is the oldest. Dory says, Actually, we were born at the same time. We could take turns ruling, don't you think? Moe says, That would be great. The fairies talk among themselves. Livia says, This is going to be the best summer ever. Amanda says, Yeah, it's so totally the best. Natasha says, I'm glad the cats have come to stay with us for a while. Livia says, What if, in the future, another realm was attacked by an evil villain? Amanda says, Nah, I don't think it would ever happen again. Natasha says, I hope not. But Slicker and the Griffins still live, don't they? Well, that was a great read-along. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Until next time, I'll be telling you a story about a German Shepherd. Thanks again for watching, and have a good night.